very, very cool what's happening in the world of NDI. And you guys have been a great partner of Nutex. And I'm friends with Dr. Cross. We talked to him, we've had him on our show, and he always compliments the job your engineering team has done working with them. So kudos on your great integration. But talk about NDI and where you see that going for Wirecast and for the industry in total.
Yeah, with NDI, we implemented that. I'm not even sure when, but you can bring in NDI sources, and we also have NDI output as well. So when you output your program feed via Wirecast, it becomes available on the network for something else to grab. So yeah, it's definitely one of the fastest growing trends that I'm hearing about in production. And in fact, if I look at our statistics of usage, even in the last couple months, it's grown from about 7% of our users are using NDI to 10% just in the last couple of months. So it's still fairly, I think, isolated to some of the maybe more professional or more, I don't know. I can't even characterize what type of broadcasters are using it, but it's
Let me
still
tell
a
you
smaller
what we
and growing
saw.
trend.
I think one of the reasons
Yeah,
you're
I'd love to
seeing
hear.
that growth is that we found one of the big NDI 4.5 came out a couple of months ago, also with around the time in the middle of the pandemic. But one of the things that it did is it really made discovery and the communication of the NDI devices to each other much tighter and much more in the background. You didn't have to do as much if you were the operator and the person setting it up. So we're really big fans of that. And we think the NDI 4.5 is one of the reasons why you're going to see that improved growth, because it's just gotten a lot easier to do. NDI 4.5 is a big jump. The devices work better. They find each other better. You don't, the network is managing the data better. It's just better, and you're on it now. And I think you're going to see that. And the other thing that we found was during this whole explosion of having to stream, well, a lot of people had problems getting capture cards, capture devices, things like that. So being able to use NDI opened them up. Also, when you couldn't get into a building because you couldn't hire someone, or even if you could hire someone to rewire it and it was in your budget, that guy couldn't come into your building because buildings were closed in total. So a lot of people have jumped on the NDI bandwagon. I mean end users now, and it's just so easy. And it works so great. And the other thing is, we've done some shows on it. There's a bunch of low-cost NDI, not routers, but network routers now, switches you can get, which are going to cost you under $500. Some are even in the $200 range, which will let you get 4 or 5 NDI devices working great over your network. And it just becomes simpler and easier to use. So I think that's one of the things that's driving that.
Thank you for watching this highlight from the Video Guys Live webinar. If you like this video or you want to learn more, check out the full webinar in our description, or head on over to videoguys.com for more information.